teacups, what's brewing? Welcome back. It's been a busy old day in Chantalverse. I actually took the day off yesterday because it was the first day of my weekend and I just wanted to do some things. So I made some chai tea concentrate, I made a nice squash sweet potato and what else was it? Carrot soup. Just lovely autumnal things. Watched Great British Bake Off, it was nice. But I didn't watch a lot of Chantal stuff, which meant when I came to it today, there was something like 8 live streams I needed to catch up on. I'm entirely ignoring the cleaning stream and what was the other one? Justin Trudeau something? She named it, I'm guessing, because Canada has just had an early election and Justin Trudeau won again. I don't think she was talking about it in the live, I don't believe. But apparently he was, according to my Canadian friend, he was trying to call an early election in order to win a large majority in Parliament, which, as I understand it, he didn't end up doing, but he did win Parliament again. So no gains made, but no losses either, which I suppose is the best you can hope for when you gamble like that. Anyway, not the point. I was doing some things. I've got a few things recorded for that actually. If you want the chai tea concentrate and the soup I made up on live, I might turn that into a little video at some point. Today's video is going to be focusing on talking about the deleted OnlyFans. I can't remember if I mentioned that in my last video, if it was before it happened, but she put up an OnlyFans promo. We'll talk about it in a minute. I'm going to look at the Lush haul. Going to look at airport, McDonald's, and the deleted one, Lost Highway. The beginning is full of a crap ton of copyrighted music, so I've been very careful with edits there. There was another one called Nashies, which I haven't watched yet, because guys, it's been a long day with Chantalverse. One thing that's a little bit different about today, I was really struggling to get things edited down. I edited down the Lush haul myself and the Lost Highway myself, but I went back in to get airport and McDonald's, and thankfully the lovely Just Saying had posted an edit of 3 of them in one. So I've edited my cuts out of her edit, which I realise is a bit convoluted, but I'm going to link her down below. She does frequently edit down Chantal's video into the meat of the matter, and it makes life a lot easier. So thank you so much to her, and I'm going to use her footage for those 2 lives. It was easier for me to pick through. Also, quite hilariously, once you see all of this mess we're getting into, I did just see on Twitter somebody say that Chantal has just gone in and deleted all the pictures of Nada off her Twitter, which I'm sure is a wonderful side that the big wheel it keeps on turning. But anyway, let's move on into the videos. The OnlyFans promo is very short. I'm just going to show you a slightly edited down version of it here, because it's easier just to show.
I talked about starting an OnlyFans and I have done that. I've just reopened my old account. So I will put the link here below in the description if you want to join. So what's going to be different this time is I have been working behind the scenes on some content ideas where before I was just kind of like doing whatever, hoping it would stick, had no real direction of what I wanted to do. And I wasn't really enjoying it as a result, but now I have an idea of what I want to do. I want to do some live streams involving naked body stuff. I don't know if a lot of you are going to be interested in that, but for those of you who are, I also take requests in the inbox for extra content, including fart stuff, if you are interested in that. And I might do some sexy time stuff. I am going to do my live streams, my weekly live streams. If you want to join for the first month at a discount of 50% off, I was going to make the first month free, but I am going to be working harder. Therefore, the content will be worth it. I promise you. And hey, if you aren't satisfied, then you don't have to keep your subscription. Of course, it's just a month-to-month thing. So I've decided to set the price at $14.99 a month because of the type of content I'm going to be doing. So the first month will be half price. Go sign up now, you won't be disappointed, and I hope to see you there.
So the OnlyFans promo has been taken down for now because apparently she's having some issues with the link or something, a thing. It's not working the way it should be working according to her, and therefore there's problems. She's going to get them fixed quickly, I'm sure. So something that just struck me about that really is $14.99 is a lot to ask for people. Because even she did say she was going to do a month free, and now she's like, oh, it's going to be more work. No, it's going to be the amount of work you should have put into it initially that you failed to put into it. And so to charge people 3 times as much is a bit laughable, particularly as you're coming in from this having completely failed it before. But even at 50% off, $7.50 is still 50% more than you were asking people to pay originally, because originally it was $5 a month. You have yet to prove that any content you do is going to be worth a 50% increase, let alone 3 times as much after the first month is finished. I think given how badly it went last time, prove you can do the content and then start charging. And it's totally fine. Like, she did make a point at some point in all the live streams of it all. She made the point, well, I'm not doing porn for $5. I realize if she's increasing, what's a good way to put this, the intimacy of what she's offering, that, yeah, know your worth. There's a certain sense of know your worth and know what you're willing to charge, because she wasn't doing that in her other one. However, you did fail before. So maybe charge people less, prove you can sustain a month's worth of content, which we haven't seen on your established platform, let alone your new one, for a very long time. And, you know, then later, after the price increases, go into the porn. But this doesn't seem like a good idea. But as it happens, there's been a technical problem and she has to fix it. So I'm sure we've got some time on that yet. All right, we then go into the Lush haul. Now, when we get to the actual haul part, I have just put a picture in of everything she bought and tallied it up for you, because that's just faster. So let's get into that.
Hey, you got a notification, Unicorn? My aunt is not here yet. I gotta go get her later tonight. I am at Nanner's house. I went to get some Lush for, I've been planning a Lush Halloween products haul. Chris Pringle. Hope you donated. Tonight at midnight, Chris, I will be for sure. And it's only because I have to e-transfer to my other account. Please put it in Annie's honor. I will. Now, I'm probably going to donate. I'm thinking of donating to the Canadian Cancer Children's Research Fund, because if I do it in American, it will be way less money because I'm Canadian. But that's okay, because the Canadian children need just as much. Oh, and in Lush, people recognize me, so they're probably watching now. Hi. No, I didn't. It wasn't like a shopping day. I just wanted to get the Lush, especially to get the Halloween items. I don't have a good bathtub, but I decided to get bath products because. Yeah. Hi.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm not bad.
He has a nicer bathtub than me, so roommate. Yeah, Brooke, roommate. All right, let's do this Lush haul because I have to go get my aunt at the airport. Chantal, Americans do not have free healthcare and need the money more. Okay, well, what I'll do is I'll donate. I'll just pay the difference. I never even thought of that. I'll just pay the difference because it'll be the same thing. I'll pay the difference and donate it to the American one. No one's interested in this haul? Why? Oh, sorry, Curly. Maybe I'll do a Lush giveaway for you guys, because a lot of you can't have Lush. So if you've never had Lush and you want to try, I could do a giveaway for you guys. How about that? Nads has vaccine #1, yeah. Ooh, that's nice. That's even nicer than Tommy Hilfiger, and it was like $10. Eat a packing peanut. I don't know, can you eat them? I'm not eating a packing peanut. What if I die? $10, I'll do it. I'll do it if you do it. Ew! Eat star peanut. Okay, so here's his one outfit. The jeans are Gap. This red. Let me see this one here. Looks nice.
I like this one.
Wait. You just can't resist it. That's like the thing for him. He loves doing that. I'm leaving Passion Tim because I gotta take my aunt to the airport. And I would like to spend some alone time with my boyfriend. Thank you. Shoo! I don't know if I'll be able to go live after because I'm gonna have to go to bed, I think, because I have to bring Pete, his mom, for the CT scan tomorrow. And I'm gonna be driving her back home at the end of her appointments. So I'm gonna be at the hospital pretty much all day with Pete and his mom. She's getting some tests done, so look now. 1, 2, 3. There's something I'm using on my face that's breaking my skin out. It's 80 Lakmas. We'll see. Oh, I'm busy with Pizza's mom. But we'll see. So, bye guys. Thank you. Bye.
So my question with this, well, I've got many questions with this, but my general question with her doing a Lush haul right now is the whole point of the Lush haul was to show the Halloween items. So why on earth wasn't this a pre-recorded video that she could have recorded today if she really wanted to do it today, that she then saved and put out during Vlogtober? She's got lots of space in Vlogtober still. She has planned out a few things, but lots of space in Vlogtober still. And people would care about it more because it would be Halloween themed. And that was the whole point of this. Even if she did it really close to the beginning because those products are already out, it would be Halloween themed and it would make sense. She'd already gone live a number of times. She didn't need the video today. And when I talk about her, you know, just not immediately acting on every thought that pops into her head and then out of her mouth, this is a good example because it felt like a really wasted opportunity to have nice content, and it would do better as a pre-recorded video anyway. So it was an odd choice for me. She did make the point that it wasn't a shopping day, and yet when she turned around, she showed a lot of the stuff Nada has got, and that's going to be a talking point in a later live, so I won't go into it now. I felt it was interesting that she was like, oh, it was even better than the Tommy Hilfiger one. It was only $10. So it sounds like he wanted some designer goods and then she talked him out of it. I still find the touching of the face and the it wasn't really a slap, but it pat like you pat a dog. And I'm just like, it still gives me the skeeves, you guys. It still gives me the skeeves. I didn't realize he had a roommate. That was odd for me. She does say later, oh, it's just someone who doesn't have a permanent roommate. It's someone staying with them temporarily. So that was interesting. People were calling her out on the donation. So the donation storyline has been going for a while. People want to see that receipt. Again, we'll talk about it in a little bit, but just to show that the chat was not forgetting. I'm assuming all of these were member-only chats. The chat was not forgiving. The chat was not forgetting. They wanted that receipt. And so that she was just talking a lot about that. The breakouts when she's like, oh, I don't know what's going on. I must be using something on my face. Honey, it's Lockmas and hard living at this point. Like, accept it. And guys, I can't go on without mentioning the goodbye, but Jesus, really? Really? Oh God, what can you even say to that? Really? When people make the argument and she goes, I'm not racist, how can you say I'm racist? I do this, I date guys who are not white. Like, there are clip shows about this. When you tell reactors to go react to the Holocaust and then you say goodbye to that, I'm saying people can make the argument with the footage you put out there, whatever your intentions, all right? That is what I'm saying. My goodness. All right, moving on to the airport. She went live from outside the airport waiting for her aunt by arrivals.
Hi guys, jab at your first. I'm picking up my aunt at the airport. Oh, Annie, no, I'm not ignoring you. So which charity did you want the donations for? Was it the Children's Cancer Research or Children's? Okay, Cancer Research, yeah. No, Nader said no McDonald's. But I am hungry, so you're not going to meet my aunt tonight. I want to ask her first. I don't want to just like impose it on her after a long night of flying and everything. So she's aware of all the drama and hate. My whole family is. Everyone messages my family. Every time I do something, they message my family. Just because I go on someone's panel doesn't mean I agree with every single thing that they say. Negs has a very dark sense of humor like I do in a lot of ways. That's why his channel used to be Stay Negative. I just want to go on and friggin' roast FFG, man, with him. And then I'm done with her. Wouldn't it be better to ignore her? Yeah, but whatever. That's why I said I'm only gonna do the one reaction for fun, and that's it. You guys know me. I'm not gonna be mean. I'm not a mean person. In order for me to like be actually like mad enough, I'd have to actually really care. I don't talk about her all the time, actually. No bueno. If you do the percentage, the amount of times I talk about her versus her, how many times she talks about me, can't even compare. Because unlike a lot of people, I don't care what kind of lamp she has. I don't care if she sleeps on the ceiling. I don't care if she sleeps in a double bed or a queen size bed. I don't know why anyone cares. What do you think I am? Mama Foodie Beauty? Ever paying everyone's rent on the block? I don't have an abuser, no bueno. I'm not being abused, so... No, being abused means you're being abused, right? So, we've decided to try to make it work. That's my choice. We know what happened in the past. We're moving on. We want to be better people. That's it. That's all you need to know. I'm not going to come on here and when we have a fight and air it out. I will not do that. I will try to be more respectful of our privacy as a couple. Of if it's going to work, I'm also going to, for my viewers, just be more respectful of the whiplash I'm giving you. Because I'm very impulsive. I'm very emotional, especially in new relationships. I feel like my insecurity, I kind of like just, you know, no, I'm not being I'm not, everything is good right now, okay? Just, we have a really good, things are really good, he's really good to me, and I'm not gonna come on here tomorrow and be like, oh, I fucking hate him. Like, I'm not gonna do that. It triggers them, I understand that. And I would never, like, condone DV at all. It's just that people don't know our situation, really. And I know that they need to hear it from me, my whole story, and I just don't want to talk about it. Why did you do the Nazi salute at the end of your Lush haul? What is that? What? I did a Nazi salute? When? What the hell is that? 1000% did what? I just forgot. Everyone agrees. What? Well, I don't know what the Nazi sign is. So if I don't know I'm doing it, you guys get the impression that he likes me? I think so. No, no bueno. He doesn't make fun of me. Buffalo. Yeah, I know. But it makes me laugh. I can tell, like, I can tell when people are, like, being mean to me. Or, like, insulting, like, you fucking ugly bitch kind of thing. Like, no. He's always very loving, actually. He makes fun of me, but in a good way. He always says, I hope you don't... He's like, your fans think I'm mean to you. He's like, I hope you know that I don't really mean it. I never call... I had to pay the bills for BB. For a whole year, I had to pay the bills. Because he was down on his luck. But, I'm not saying I'm supporting anybody or what. I'm just not talking about finances. Because finances are very personal, right? And yes, I appreciate you guys supporting me. I get to pay my bills. I get to feed the cats. And myself. I shouldn't financially support Pete's either. Well, that's probably going to happen for a while. No bueno. I give money to a lot of people in my life. I mean, my aunts, people in my family that need it. I'm just saying, like, for Pete's, he works full time. Like, people work full time, sometimes 2 jobs, 3 jobs, still can't make ends meet because freaking cost of living is ridiculous.
So we start again questioning the donation. We're not forgetting the donation. We want to see the donation. And on her community tab, which is the picture I put up at the very end, we did get a receipt for a donation to the charity. So that has at least been done. Nadia said no McDonald's, which could have been said very casually, but because I know it's him, feels very controlling. And the one thing I can say I appreciate is that she didn't just stick a camera in Aunt's face. I'm glad she at least checked it. Apparently the aunt is aware of all the drama online, so I can't imagine she'd want to be on channel, but I'm glad at least she wasn't like filming her coming out and was giving her a choice on it. Especially as later we find out the aunt was really tired when she got there, understandably, so I'm sure she wouldn't have appreciated that. Lots of feelings about French Fry Girl. I cut out a lot of it because, man, how many times can you say it? But I love that. Like, I'm not a mean person. Are you fucking kidding? Are you fucking kidding? You are absolutely that kind of person. And that I'd have to care to be mad. Well, which is it? Do you not care, in which case all the times you've raged about French Fry Girl before are a complete mystery? Or do you very, very much care enough to go onto Negs's channel and enough to rage about her on multiple occasions, in which case it's fine if you care, but let's be real here. And the argument that, you know, oh, I talk about her a lot less than she talks about me. Actually, you talk about her a lot, but in terms of percentages of channel, of course you do. Like, Your channel is not designed to be a reaction channel. Naturally, you're going to talk less about other people in that way. But again, you talk a lot about reactors a lot of the time. So, you know, I cannot read my writing. My God. Oh, that took me longer than it should have. I was writing because I was rewatching the clips and man. People caring about the furnishing and her being like, I don't care where French Fry Girl lives. I don't care. Why do people care? We cared because you mentioned a very unusual situation of being on a mattress on the floor when you started dating him, which to me screamed he was secretly filming you. But generally speaking, the furnishings and where he is and what he has have been used to either completely disprove lies you're telling or otherwise check on the truthfulness of your statements. So the reason we tend to care a lot is because we can't rely on you for the truth, and we have to look to your environment, try and piece together things like timelines, things like locations. So it matters in your sense. Does it matter for French Fry Girl? No, not as much, I don't think, because she's fairly honest about who she is and what she's doing. Paying the rent. Yeah. Do I look like Mama Foodie Beauty? Well, sometimes. This whole thing about like not being abused though, like still trying really hard to walk it back. But as I said, I did just see on Twitter that she just deleted all his pictures, and we are primed for a breakup because everything's just been paid for. So we'll see if she really won't come on tomorrow and rage about him, because the signs aren't looking too good. But in terms of abuse is abuse, right? That question, I assume she's then saying that, well, abuse is physical abuse, and the answer is no. Abuse can be multifaceted and be presented in many ways. But actually, even if it were just physical abuse, you have confirmed physical abuse in the past. So whichever way you define that, you would be wrong to present that you're not being abused. And the fact that, you know, I don't want to talk about it, it's going really well right now. Of course it is. You just went on a huge shopping spree for him and you've just been paid. It's the best time for you. It's the best time of the month. It's payday. Things change, as your Instagram spree seems to indicate. That whole, guys, do you think he likes me? I think he likes me. Catapulted me back to being a 14-year-old and did not become you. This whole thing about how he doesn't make fun of her just because he doesn't go, oh, you fucking bitch. Like, there are a lot of ways to express yourself that can be very cutting and continual. And when we talk about abuse and it not necessarily being physical, this is one of the things that can frequently be an indicator. Like the word buffalo. And we've seen her internalize it. And to say, no, I'm only joking. You know it's just a joke, right? Just so if you feel bad, it's your problem. It's not the fact that I'm making you feel bad, is a very, very common technique that at this point she should really be able to see through, but clearly can't. She's not talking about her finances, and yet she can just let us know that she helps lots of people with her money. She appreciates the financial support because, you know, she can pay her bills, she can pay for Nada's clothes, she can pay for her cat food, she gives money to her aunt and her family, but finances are personal. So letting everybody know that she needed to give money to those people, that's not personal at all. Maybe keep it off the internet. Speaking of keeping things off the internet, we didn't need to know that Peter's mom was coming for medical tests and CTs. That was her business. You could have said when Peter's mom is visiting, I'm picking her up, and you would have come out a lot better for it. Maybe leave their business offline. I realise they are joined to you and your online community, but he didn't really need that out there. She didn't need that out there. And the same thing with paying the rent, actually. She did do a bit of a spiel about how someone said you shouldn't be supporting Pete's either. And I suppose there are arguments for that. She has been saying a lot recently. She promised his mum she would. If she chooses to support Pete and he's a friend, and he certainly seems a better friend to her than having someone like Nada in her life, then, you know, it's her choice to help him with the rent or not. But if she's choosing to help, what I would really like to see is less of the statements we saw where she was like, hey, you're going to help me with my time warps, earn your half of the rent. You don't get to offer to help somebody like that, put them in a position with the expensive rent for the apartment she wanted, where they can't afford to do it without you, and then throw it in their face occasionally that you can't make rent. And even in this video where she didn't intend it like that, and she was saying that it's very hard, even when you work full time, to make rent and to afford to live, which is entirely true. Like, you don't need to put him on blast like that. He could have been in a cheaper apartment and you didn't want to be, which means that you put him in the position of being dependent on you. And therefore, you don't get to say, oh, well, look, I'm helping him. He wouldn't be in this position if you hadn't particularly wanted this apartment. So maybe give him a little less shit for it. I realise she didn't give him a lot for now, but this whole look at my halo, I'm helping, well, you could have got a cheaper place and he could have paid for himself. So how much are you doing here that isn't entirely voluntary? So that was the airport edited, and we're going to go on to the McDonald's bees.
I did the donation. The receipt is on my community post. I actually donated $5.50 American, so Canadian it was like $746. Oh, yay. So I have to have McDonald's, unfortunately. I don't really want McDonald's, but I'm not going to complain. I'm so fresh. It came out to $746. I think I did my part. Thank you. I don't want to hear about these fucking donations ever again. My aunt is good. She was very tired, but other than that, there's nothing else open. I have an apple. My aunt gave me an apple. I did not purchase Natter's birthday gift. I was thinking of getting him a new Egyptian towel. What do you think? I was so hungry. I want like real food though. Fine. I wasn't hungry at Natter's. I'm tired. I'm grumpy. I haven't had anything to smoke or nothing. And tomorrow, I'm going home to bed. I was gonna maybe go back, but no, I can't. You're not understanding the math, Morgan. The 5, can somebody explain to Morgan? The 521 was before the 30%. So quit trying to find, I don't know if you're just not understanding or you're just trying to find anything. 700 and something was taken out of my bank account. I can show you my bank statement. Actually, there's not even, just whatever. That's enough. I knew this would happen. Yeah, and my bank account took out like 700 and something with the exchange, so shut up, Morgan. I don't know. If you're too stupid to figure it out, don't blame me. You've been known to lie. I really don't lie to you guys. I told you when I lied to you about still seeing him or doing the coke. Everything else is speculation. A lot of it. Everybody's lies. Everybody's lied in their life. I lied today about not buying him any clothes. I did? I think I just went like, no. No. But it's not. How do you know I bought him clothes? You don't know? Yeah, I think he should be monetized. I agree. I think that would be good, don't you? He needs a better camera. Yeah, I need to help him with that because he doesn't know anything about it. Actually, he catches on pretty quick. He's able to upload himself, but like I help him with the editing and stuff. I don't mind. It takes me like 2 minutes to put some shitty editing. I don't know, Jess. Probably just, I mean, Annie, a lot of the time when I bees, I know she'll still support me in my videos and stuff, but Annie's a grandma. Like, I don't think she can handle my live streams very much. I don't want to give her a fucking heart attack, right? So, I'm not talking bad about Annie. Angie? I love Annie. I'm saying this as bad about me, not her. She doesn't agree with, she doesn't like certain things. I demodded her on her birthday. I didn't even think about that. So I told Natter I would call him after I'm done, but I texted him and said I'm gonna sleep at home and he didn't answer me. And he was online like an hour ago, so he's probably sleeping. So I'm just gonna like not wake I'm just gonna like let him sleep and go to bed myself. Or maybe I'll call. Do you guys like bath stuff, honestly? You already touched it. So they'll be getting Halloween Lush products in time for Christmas. Scary Halloween. Have you ever had a real full psyche eval? No. Actually, I think I have a bit of Tourette's. I always move my nose and I can't help it. It just happens. I swear. At least, I mean, I don't know. Some tics are really devastating.
So more talk about the donation, which she had already put on the community shares. She gets angry, and I just want to say stop insulting your members, because man, like Morgan, I don't want to hear about the fucking donations. It's an unnecessary amount of attitude. However, that being said, I do think she did the donation, she posted the receipt, she did actually donate enough to cover the 30% take that YouTube gets for super chats. If you don't know, when you're monetized, YouTube takes 45% of your AdSense earnings and they take 30% on super chats. So she could have cut 30% out of the total she got and said, okay, well, this is what I received, so this is what the charity receives. She didn't do that. And I'm inclined to give her credit for it. Now, you can argue, well, she wouldn't have done it if everyone hadn't pushed her. We don't know, maybe, maybe not. But the fact is she did it, and I do think people should say, okay, she did it, that's the important thing, and draw a line under it. I had to go to McDonald's because nothing was open. Well, you didn't have to, you could have driven home. But that being said, I don't know how far away she is, but she was hungry, McDonald's was there. So it doesn't matter what Nada says, she's going. There's limits and then there's limits to how much you can do. You can, actually I shouldn't laugh about this, but you can be abusive towards her, but you can't take away her McDonald's, let's be real. So talking about lies, I don't, but everybody does it, which is always the sign that she's being truthful. I found it interesting with the Nada and the shopping and the fact that she was like, oh, did I lie about shopping for him? Well, I didn't really. And then she trails off because basically, I guess she only counts lies as the lies she feels are important. I'm not sure what to say about it. But the Nada thing is interesting when she's like, how do you know I shopped for Nada? Well, here's some math for it. So we know from the Lush haul she spent $200 and I think it ended up being $30-ish. I had it in one of the last clips. Can't remember off the top of my head. And we know that she hit her limit on her card today. We know she bought something from Gap. She could have done other things, of course, that we didn't see on screen. But we know she bought her thing from Gap and a few other things. But we also saw Nada doing his fashion show. So, and again, like wanting something from Tommy Hilfiger, then getting something cheaper. His jeans are from Gap. They were in Gap. She bought a sweater. I think it's very unlikely, especially if she had to tell him the price of the things, that he bought his own stuff when she's there paying his rent, especially with how much stuff it seemed to be. And when we talk about limits on the account, I'm guessing her limit must be around 1,000 a day. And the reason I'm doing that is because if the charity transfer was 750-ish, and then she went and got McDonald's, and she would clearly need money for the rest of the day because she buys her takeout on her card. Banks usually use nice round numbers. When I was in the UK, I couldn't actually access my Saudi bank online because I couldn't receive the one-time passcode through my phone. It was a whole thing. So when I had to go and get my money out, like my wages to transfer, I had to physically go to an ATM and then pay it into my account. And my bank in Saudi had a £750 limit for, or equivalent of, for withdrawals from an ATM in a foreign country. So I would have to go for 3 or 4 days and get my money out. So limits tend to be, if they haven't been changed, between like 750 and 1,000, I find, with accounts. So she's probably got 1,000 because she spent a fair amount today and yesterday. And if she bought a Gap sweatshirt and some Lush and she hit a limit, even if the limit was 750 and she's just riding it really close with this McDonald's, that means she spent $500 somewhere. And that somewhere was probably Nada. So that's how I see that. So were we shown receipts? Was it confirmed? No. But a little bit of deduction tells me chances are. Yeah. He should be monetized, don't you think? No, I do not think. I do not think he deserves the benefit of money from YouTube. You help him with the editing. Guys, I laughed like a drain for about a minute. I didn't do it on camera, but I laughed like a drain for about a minute. She helps him with editing. Yeah, okay. Do you want to help yourself with editing? That would be wonderful. Starting in on Annie P. Are you kidding? Are you kidding? When we talk about ride or dies, you would find a picture of Annie P in the dictionary. Are you kidding? And to be donating on her behalf and then shit-talking her a little bit as kind of just not quite being cool enough for you kids. Man, are you kidding? Tried to call him, he didn't answer. I'm sure that won't lead to a rage. She was actually really tired and wanted to go home, so she was trying to make it look super reasonable, like, oh, well, maybe I'll let him sleep and I'll go home and get some sleep myself. But then it was like, oh, maybe I'll call him. The Lush giveaway, and then everyone was like, you already touched it. She's like, so that's gross, dude. And she said before she hates doing giveaways because she won't go to the post office, and so then she doesn't follow through with it. So she always do gift cards. So she's never gonna do the giveaway for the Lush products. And frankly, if she did, I wouldn't want them. Like the bath bombs where you're just like this and then you put them somewhere. Yeah, okay, that's probably not gonna matter. But like the slimy octopus thing she took out a few times with her bare hands, no thank you, I don't want that. Lastly, but not leastly, the Psychoval. Interesting that she was like, I have never been for one. Because how many times on this channel have we seen her referred and then she's claimed she's got a disorder, and yet she's saying she's never had an evaluation? Or when she's claimed she hasn't got a disorder, but she's never had an evaluation. So she's not bipolar because the doctor didn't say she was, the doctor didn't think she was, but she's never been evaluated. She's got these disorders, but she's never been evaluated. And I'm like, I'm not saying she doesn't. I 100% think she's got binge eating disorder. But there's a lot going on in her head a lot of the time that I would like a doctor to quantify. And she said she had an appointment. Oh, actually, that might be in the future life. We'll get to that. But she said she had an appointment, spoiler alert, for September 28th. And we'll see. We'll see what excuse she comes up with in the next 4 to 5 days to either prevent her from going or prevent her from going again. But speaking of that live, that was Lost Highway, and let's get into it.
I've got to do this all over tomorrow. I gotta do this all over again tomorrow. And I haven't looked at my phone once. I'm getting better at this. That's nice of you. Welcome to the Beezers Club. We have fun here, I guess. You might end up turning against me one day. I don't think it's funny, but it usually happens. Like people just, I don't know, get fed up with me. Oh my god. I hate being fat. If you have a boyfriend and he loves you, he will not talk to other women, no matter what. Right? So look at it that way. Yeah, I smoke. Yeah, I think so. Please don't say my name. I think smoking or something before bed, I have to, yeah. It's like people needing to take a sleep aid. Well, for me, it's cannabis, which is legal here, so you don't worry that he will meet someone else. You kind of question how he feels about you a lot. I don't think the feelings are reciprocated. Why do you say that? I don't think he'll find someone else because, well, okay, if he loves me, he won't care about anyone else. So if he loves me, which I feel he does, he will not be interested in just the first random woman from across the world who sends him boobs. And for him, skinny doesn't equal sexy necessarily. So I know you're thinking because I'm fat, maybe, or maybe I'm thinking that. No, I never speak on your weight. I'm only speaking on what you've said before. Because my weight's kind of irrelevant in the matter, right? Oh, me. Yeah, when I said before that I was like insecure, you mean? About him leaving? I've decided I'm not going to think about my grandmother until I start therapy. Because I'm having trouble with it. I have like a session on the 28th. I don't know the plan yet for therapy. I haven't even had the first session yet. You mean what I want out of it? Well, I have a lot of shit to deal with. Grief, my relationship, my hysterectomy, eating disorder, addiction. I cycle through the idea of therapy a lot. I know. Because I've never been sure. Like, I go through like phases where I'm like, I don't want to do this. I'm never going to please anyone. There's always going to be haters. Exactly, Jody. I'm sure you guys are sick of me like addressing stuff. Jay is having a bad day. Well, don't take your shit out on me. I'm a car wreck? You really see me as a train wreck? So I'm gonna say... No, I can't. I can't do it. I can't do it. No, Ann Smith, I'm not getting married. I am in love. Oh my god, I'm such a loser. I just want to say one thing, a little personal. No, I won't. I'll wait. Never mind. I will tell you what makes me a train wreck, though. Like, I need to know so I can correct the behavior. What is the therapist going to tell me? If they don't tell me bluntly, I won't get it. Just say it, damn it. What do you think it is, Passion Tim? I'm in love. Chantal, sometimes you believe things your chat says and it's lies too. Well, why are you guys lying to me and then accusing me of lying? Like, how am I supposed to know what the truth is? Should I cut my hair off right now? I'm gonna do it! Yeasty Beastie. No amount of product will save or improve your hair. You need blood work and possibly a trichologist. It's hormonal thinning. Oh, yeah, well, that's what I mean. But, like, hormonal thinning, is that not reversible or what? So I have to set my alarm for, like, 9. I'll be all right. Actually, 4 hours of sleep will be perfect. Can I see myself with Natter long term? I'm now at the point where I can't see a day without him. Like, it would be weird. He's very loving in public. I do feel like he loves me. I do feel that. Would he let you have his socials passwords? I don't know. I don't want to ask. Do you have plans with your aunt and mom? Sorry for your loss. Thanks, Catalicious. Yes. I'm going to be seeing my family more. Now that my aunt is down, especially too, yeah. Thing is, I don't know if you guys are like this, but when it comes to taking a bath, like even my bath, I'm squeamish. Like, I don't know, like, I just feel no matter how clean bathtubs are, and like he's really clean, they're just never clean enough for me. You know what I mean?
So the new member that she was like, oh, you might turn on me. You're like, that's quite the indication of your current audience, which is, it's true, the person might turn on you, but she is in moments somewhat self-aware that people get fed up of her shit. Doesn't make her change her behavior, which is relevant considering the question she has later about the therapy, but yeah, people get fed up of being yanked around like this. Very interesting, and I don't know if this was just a message to him rather than a thought, but she didn't engage with it very much. If he loves you, he will not talk to other women. Was that a warning to him? Is that what their argument today, I'm assuming that they've had, was about? Who knows? But she goes back to the point saying, if he loves me, he won't message. And I'm just like, well, but he has messaged. And he messages frequently because you say he does it because he likes to play with people. So we know he's been messaging. We've seen proof he's been messaging. We've seen you rage out when he's been messaging. And he continues to do so. So what exactly are you trying to say here? Because again and again and again in that clip, she went back to, oh, I'm in love. And I think I vomited a little bit in my mouth, but I'm in love. And where was the other one? Oh, there was another thing. I can't remember exactly what she said. But when the person was questioning her and being like, this doesn't seem to gel with the evidence we're seeing and with what you've said before, and she started trying to turn it into like a fat shaming thing, and they were like, nah. And guys, there's 1,000 reasons that he might have problems with the way she behaves. I mean, I realize that he's not a peach, but she is very, very volatile emotionally. Her expectations of her partners are highly unreasonable. Like, there's a lot of reasons that are nothing to do with her weight that might be a problem in terms of her significant others. Let me see. Cannabis, I need cannabis. It's legal here, so trail off. Yeah, it's legal there, but you just told us a few days ago your doctor does not recommend it for you, and it might be intensifying potentially the psychological effects you're having. We don't know if those psychological effects are in fact caused by the other drugs you're on, which is a whole conversation you need to have with your doctor. But the point is, the doc was like, yeah, maybe come off that and actually use like a sleeping aid. But yeah, that's not where she is right now. The talk about grandma was a little bit sad. I mean, I get the impulse to just say like, hey, I got absolutely no coping mechanisms for this really big emotion I've got going, and I'm just not going to think about it for a minute. Let's compartmentalize that real quick and just leave it there until we've got some mechanism for dealing with it. It's not going to work long term. Long term, this kind of stuff causes more problems than it fixes. But as a short-term fix, assuming therapy is ongoing, which is a big old assumption and perhaps an unrealistic assumption, but I would say, I can't say that it's either right or wrong. I see the problems of it long term, but I also see that she's going to need help working through that feeling, because she has got the most destructive sense of self I've ever seen, and emotions really knock her for six. So it's a big thing. It's the kind of thing she doesn't deal with on a regular basis. She's got no mechanisms. It might not be a bad idea to wait and talk to a therapist, but it does rather assume you're going to talk to a therapist. This thing, who was it? Jake, somebody in her chat who was like, oh, he's having a bad day, don't take your shit out on me. You're like, excuse me, turn around, go look in a mirror and say that again. Are you kidding? And then the shock that people actually think she's a train wreck, because she gets that from haters, but this is her members only chat. You can't call her a train wreck, despite all the things that follow that. Slightly shady editing again, sorry. The last point that I found quite interesting though was wanting people to tell her what the matter was, and wanting people to be like, why am I a train wreck? Even though she's never wanted to hear that. She's heard it 1,000 times, but she's never wanted to hear it. But now that she's got this appointment, which, check your diaries, like I said, I wanna see what excuses happen. Did she sleep through it, or did she forget her appointment again? We'll see. But she seems quite concerned over what the therapist is gonna say. And so she wants to be able to come up with a response in advance. So, okay, well, what's wrong with me? What's the therapist going to say? If the therapist doesn't say it outright, I'm not going to understand. So tell me what to expect, because she's concerned. And I think it's quite natural to be a little nervous going into therapy, because you know it's going to be sort of unlocking a few painful things. It's not a comfortable process, therapy, but it is a very helpful one if you do it well. But, well is the wrong word. If you do it with intent is maybe a better way to describe it. But I don't necessarily think she realizes that her therapist might not just outright say, well, this is it, so we can check this box and we can flick this switch and now we give you this pill and it's cured, you're done, good job. Because she has said before, when she's been sent to therapy, when she's done a single session, like, I tried therapy and it didn't work, because therapy isn't a switch you just turn on and off and then we're fixed. It's an ongoing process, and she's very reluctant about that process. She wants to know what she's walking into, and there's really no way to. A therapist is going to make you question your responses. It's going to make you question your instincts, question where it's coming from and why you think that. They're not necessarily going to say, here you go, this is the answer. They're going to try and make you see where perhaps your responses might be maladaptive, or maybe ways where you can identify where some of your thoughts are going and change your behaviors. You know, there's a lot of things therapy can do, and she won't know until she goes. But the nerves were peeking through there. But hey, if the nerves were peeking through, maybe it means she actually goes, which would be quite nice. Oh, I did have one more question about the weed, the smoking. She said 4 hours will be perfect for sleep. Now, she didn't end up going to bed straight away because she continued live streaming. So it makes me think, given that she had literally just smoked. Oh, and I left in that clip of her taking the weed out of that big jar in the kitchen, because I found it really funny that one, she had a jar and it seemed like a lot of product in there, but I don't have a lot of experience. Maybe that's a lie and I'm wrong. But yeah, it seemed like a lot of product, and just to have it there like sugar or tea on the counter seemed a bit funny to me. I'm not sure why. I guess because it's a drug, and I was like, why is it on the kitchen counter? But there we are, I guess because she uses it so much. But I didn't know if that was enough time in terms of it being out of her system, because like I said, she said at the end, okay, I'll see you guys tomorrow. It was already tomorrow. She thinks any time she sleeps just wipes away the previous day. Also, another question. Are giving your significant others your social passwords, is that a thing? I didn't think that was a thing. Why would that be a thing? Don't do that. Why would you do that? Why? Oh, so many questions. I don't know if it was maybe the person who asked it making the point of, well, if you could see his social media, you would maybe see a truth of him you don't already accept, perhaps. Maybe it's more like, oh, well, you think he's trustworthy, you think you love him. Have you really looked at his socials and seen all, like, maybe the hidden things he's got from you? Maybe that was the point, but I would never give my social password to anybody. Like, none of your fucking business, get off. I think that's everything. She does mention at the very end there about the bath stuff and about her not liking baths and them never being clean. I'm like, with the state of general filth she lives in, I can't believe that's her line. But there you go. It does, again, make me question, well, why did you buy all the bath stuff then? If you wanted to do a Lush haul, you could have done a face haul. You could have done other products that you actually like and use. But I suppose she did also want to show us all the Halloween stuff because it was meant to be a Vlogtober vlog, but it wasn't. So the shapes and things that she was showing that were specifically Halloween were mainly bath related, I guess. Who can apply logic to her thinking? Well, that's where we are. We'll see what the fallout of her deleting all those pictures from Insta are. I'm not sure at this point. I can guess maybe they've had a fight because, you know, it's them. But we don't know, and I will look forward to seeing. So until next time, everybody, thank you so much, and I'll see you.